right, y'all, we are live on this Thursday morning. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua the Messiah. I do pray everyone is blessed in many ways. We have a lot to talk about today for the Bitcoin price. Today, for the Bitcoin price. And yes, guys, we are in fact going to be going into extreme detail, talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Stay tuned. As usual, y'all, if we can get this stream up to 750 likes, we'll be doing the Bitcoin giveaway. Call your mom, call your dad, call your Aunt Sally. Tell them all to come over and like the dang video, guys. All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Thursday. And we have a lot of cool things to talk about today, y'all. Let's get into it. Today, we are going to be talking about. We are going to be talking about I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. My computer is being a little bit slow right here. My computer is being a tad bit slow. But today we are going to be talking about... Sorry. We're going to be talking about, guys, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're about to get into this Bitcoin technical analysis. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. We need to discuss the Bitcoin price because yesterday we had some very crazy things happen. And in these markets right now, we are in a very, very crucial point. A crucial point. If we come over here to the good old charts, the thing that we stare at all day and all night, we can see that recently we had a very, very, very crucial support flipped into resistance where we had this green box. Now, I know I talk about this a lot, but we need to paint some context here in case somebody's new. We have the green box acting as our resistance, acting as our resistance again, acting as our resistance again all through the summer, flipped into support, acting as support in the fall, and then right here, crucial guys, we lost this support. And so now what used to be support is massive resistance. Now, currently, Bitcoin is in the middle of getting a bounce from this very important area. So we need to talk about this bounce because this will give us the context for what we can expect not only in the coming weeks, but even in the coming day. So, where did we find this bounce from? This bounce came from a very important level on the chart. If we take a channel from the high that we had in the spring to the high that we put in at 69K and we drag it down to around these parts, we can see that we bounced perfectly off of this channel down here. And not only that, but if we take a look at the volume that we traded in the summer, we can see that we came down and found some perfect intersectionality right at this point of control from the summertime little range that we put in down here. Okay? Now, this was a very important level that we were waiting for in the VIP Discord. We are coming down to this important level of support, watching it and waiting for it. In fact, over the weekend, as we were dumping down, we are watching price before we come to that level, saying this is a very important area of support. And we even gave the trade setup for it, swing trade and scalp trade, in the VIP Discord, saying these are very important levels where we need to be watching for a bounce right down here between 32 and 33K. So we got the bounce exactly from the level of the support that we were watching for. And again, we did not get this bounce in a vacuum, guys. We got this juicy bounce because we saw those coveted uneven butt cheeks on market Cipher B, where we saw the juicy left cheek followed by the right cheek that is not as juicy, right? The big, the juicy, the nice, the round, a lot of ravioli inside, lots of grape soda inside, followed by the old lady at the diner with the Brooklyn accent who's pouring you another cup of coffee, all right? That's pretty much exactly what happened. Whoops, this is the wrong chart here. That's pretty much exactly what happened. As we come down to this level, we're getting a nice big bottom on the daily. We go to the 4-hour market Cipher B, and we can see we're getting massive bullish divergences as we come into the level. Shout out to everybody who took this long in the Discord because we absolutely killed it. And currently, I'm still in the long position. So we need to talk about what happened yesterday as well, because then we came up to this high and got a very intense rejection. Now, this was a level, if you've been following this channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, by the way, because yesterday, this was a level that we were talking about, okay? Very, very clearly, we were looking at, this is the high yesterday before we came to the level, and we're saying if we come up a little bit higher into our resistances and get bearish divergences on market Cipher B, then we are going to come down, right? Because we were looking for the juicy uneven butt cheeks, where we had the very juicy left butt cheek on the left, followed by that skinny old butt cheek on the right. And at the end of the stream, let's see if I can find it now while I'm live on the air. Probably not, but we were looking for a squeeze up into. Nope, didn't have it on the stream. But if we go into the Discord, because I want to show you that the way we trade these markets is we prepare for things to happen. and then we look at our indicators to determine whether or not what we have planned for is going to happen. So yesterday, actually a few days ago, I had posted this potential trading plan for Bitcoin in my Discord where I wanted to bounce off the golden pocket, come up into this box, reject from around 38,725, and then come back down to find support on some of these supports. We can see yesterday that we came up to exactly that 38.7 level. Now, why did we have that level marked as so important? It's because it was the value area high, give or take, from this chunk of price action that we traded over here in the summer. Okay, so, and it depends on how we're going to pull this range here. Let's see, let's pull a little bit differently. Yep, there you go. So we can see that when we came down, this is actually very important, when we came down into this old range here from the summer, okay, when you come back inside a value area, and if anybody doesn't know what a value area is, a value area is basically when you're analyzing volume, right, you have these shaded candles, and these are determining a fair value for Bitcoin. Whenever there is a movement above the value area, it's very likely we come back inside the value area. Whenever there's movement below the value area, it's very likely we come back inside the value area. When there's movement above the value area, it's very likely we come back inside the value area. When there's movement below the value area, it's very likely we come back inside the value area, so on and so forth, until eventually we lose the value area, backtest the previous high as support, and break out to form a new value area. Now, when we come back into a value area that's old, right? That was our summer value area, and then here we are now in the winter of 2022. We came back inside the value area right over here on January 20th. And once you're back inside a value area, it's very probable that you're going to make your way back down to that center point, that highest volume node. And once you're inside that value area again, we go back to our good old highs and lows, where when we make it come up above the value area, we're looking for movement back inside the value area. So this is how we were able to take the short. Okay, we are watching this thing as it forms, watching as we come down here, looking for 1 hour bearish divergences as we come up to 38,725. That's pretty much exactly what happened. If we go to the 1 hour time frame here and we zoom in, we can see that we came up to 38,860. So I was looking for 38,725. We came up a little bit above that, but if we take a look at our 1 hour time frame, what do we see? We very clearly see the bearish divergence on market Cipher B. As price is making that higher high, momentum on market Cipher B is coming lower. We zoom into lower time frames and we see the same exact thing. On market Cipher B, which is a very powerful indicator, by the way, there's an affiliate link in the description. If you want to support my channel through the affiliate link, you can. If not, whatever, doesn't matter to me, guys. In fact, I'm pretty sure Big Boy Crypto has a discount on it, so you can get a cheaper deal through him. I really don't care if you use my link or not, but it's there. If we go to the 24-minute, we can clearly see as price is getting higher and higher and higher, momentum is getting lower and lower and lower, money flow is coming down as we are hitting into our resistance, and we are rejecting from there right now. So again, if you do, by the way, want to get into the VIP Discord where we post trade setups, MTA in advance, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Also, if you want to learn how to trade this way, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. There's a 20% discount in the description of the video. This course will walk you through the step-by-step process you need to know in order to systematize your trading, become confident and profitable. This has helped thousands of people. I talk to people every day who were losing traders and are now profitable traders, even people who have quit their job to trade full-time. Everyone's situation is different, guys, but you can check this out. Check out the testimonials. jasoncaspertrading.com, 20% description in the discount. So we got a rejection right from our resistance. We are coming back down. So basically, this means we are in a very nice long position, okay? Long from right down here, short from right up here. And the shorts are very juicy, guys. The shorts are extremely juicy. Pretty much shorted it right from around the top, right? 38.7, and I actually shorted it from two accounts, USDT and USD from 38.7, okay? And also long from the bottom, basically, right here. And what this does is, because we're trading in this macro sideways range right here, right? We're trading sideways right here. I am long from the top, I'm short from the bottom. Until we break either up or down out of this sideways range, I'm going to hold these positions with partial profit open, because if we lose the range and form another lower low on the higher term time frames, I am still short from up here and I am making money. And if we break out and we're unable to lose this point of control and we find support here, well, guess what? Then I'm short from the bottom, awesome, and I'm making money. So we have gotten ourselves into a schlong by using technical analysis and some juicy uneven butt cheeks, guys. And when I see this, I'm like, ah, because I know it's very, very juicy. And the way I trade is I don't make predictions. People are like, Jason, is the market going to go up or down? I'm like, I don't know, guys. It really depends. It depends on what the whales do. I don't know. I'm not a whale. I'm just a retail trader. I'm just a husky guy, super confident. Look at my smile. Do you know why I'm so happy, even though I'm standing here for everyone to see in a diaper? The reason I'm so happy is because I don't care if price goes up or down. I do not care at all what happens. But what I do is I look at the chart and I find key levels of support and resistance. And I just let price do what price wants to do until we get to a key level of support or resistance. And then I look at Market Cipher to determine whether or not there is going to be a reaction, right? It really depends on what Market Cipher says, whether or not we'll get a juicy reaction at the level, okay? So currently, right now, we can see we are at a level. We are at the VWAP. We are at a local golden pocket right now. We have come down to this box highlighted as a level, right? Because we are looking at the chart. We're saying, hey, we have some support down here at the VWAP, at the golden pocket, which also happens to be a high volume node from this entire sideways range right here. So we are currently at an area of support, right? We're currently at an area of support. And so what we need to do is we need to look at our indicators and determine, is this a good place to enter into a trade, or is this not a good place to enter into a trade, right? Now, I'm not here to tell you what to do, okay? I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's not my job. In fact, I'm not even a trader, guys. I am not a real trader, just so everybody knows. I only paper trade. This is fake money, fake trading. 100% fake, guys. I don't actually trade with real money, and neither should you. People are always like, Jason, how are you able to pay the bills if you don't trade with real money? Well, guys, the way I am able to pay the bills is because I have compiled so much paper money over the years that I was able to open up my own company that sells these receipt rolls to Epson. And that's how I make my money. I'm also working on a contract with a book publisher. They need more paper. You know, the rainforest crisis, guys, where's this paper going to come from? I don't want it to come from trees. I want it to come from my own paper trading, okay? Trying to save the planet over here. Trying to save the globe. Shout out to Memory Man in the chat. Trying to save the globe, Earth, Memory Man. And so here's the thing, guys. Right now, there are a few different scenarios that could possibly play out, all right? We need to talk about our current situation. Now, first of all, this morning, guys, we did take a short position from this, okay? We had a chickens drinking water trade setup right here. Currently did short that from around 36.9-ish. The reason why we shorted this trade is because if we go down to a lower term time frame, we can see that we had this previous wick over here, this previous level of resistance. We came above it, we closed the candle below that same level, and we got a bearish divergence on Market Cipher B as we came up to make the higher high. Money flows coming down. It made for a nice scalp trade, but what is going to happen now? This is crucial, guys. This is crucial. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel because I'm giving away the juice, guys. I'm giving away the juice. We talked about the level of support before just a minute ago, right? I'm giving away the juice here, all right? I'm not going to do this in every video, but I am giving away the juice, right? So what is going to happen right now? It really does depend, guys, on a few things, but I'll tell you kind of what I am looking for. So this morning, right, I am basically looking for, and by the way, this is what we do in the VIP Discord, okay? And if you want to join the VIP Discord, where we post this stuff every day, make sure to go to patreon.com/Jason Casper at the beginning of February, because it will charge you now if you sign up now, and it will charge you again in February. But what we were looking for this morning is we were looking for us to potentially come up a little bit, get a move to the downside, which we did with the chickens drinking water, and then we're looking for us to come down to potentially the VWAP slash golden pocket. And what we would like to see potentially right now, what I am potentially looking for is a move to now the upside a little bit, because we have some very important areas of resistance above us right now. All right, if we go to our chart and we go to maybe the 12-minute time frame here, right, we can see that when we come up a little bit higher, we have this very, very important level of resistance, this box right here, where we have a golden pocket, and we also have a point of control, a very high volume node, okay, a very high volume node up here. And this area is very, very juicy. Why is this so juicy? Because after we rejected from the value area high of the range, remember, we're going back in time here to talk about the this area right here, the one that we were looking for, right? Back from July, we've rejected from it. It's very, very possible and also very, very likely that we will then make our way back down again to the lower area of the range. Okay, it's not necessarily going to happen, it's possible. And so if we're going to now start a downtrend from the high of the sideways market, right? Because remember, we came into the sideways market at the high, back tested, we came through, back tested as resistance, came back down to the support, came back up to the high, lost it, back tested as resistance. Now we are in a downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. It's very probable, if we are going to continue in a downtrend back down to the lows of the range, that we're going to find our resistance from the good old-fashioned golden pocket, just the Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low. We can see it's coming in very close to us right here. And so what are we looking for if price comes up to that level? Now remember, I don't make predictions here. I'm not saying the price is going to come up to that level. I don't know, right? When we're looking at areas to catch a bounce from, right, like the golden pocket slash VWAP confluence before price gets there, we don't know that when price does get there that we're going to get a bounce, right? We don't know. We just say it's probable. We say it's very probable. And then what we do is we look at market cipher B, and what do we see on market cipher B as we come down to our level? Well, we see the coveted uneven cheeks, guys, right? Look at this. Look at this. I mean, look at, like, we cannot deny the juicy left followed by the not so juicy right. We cannot deny all these butt cheeks. It's like, you know, it's not even butt cheeks anymore. It's like a pig with all those nipples that the piglets come to suckle on, right? We have all these little nipples down here, and not only that, but we see the money flow coming to the upside, right? So I'm not telling what's going to happen. I don't make predictions, but all I was saying is over here, right, if we come down to the level with the uneven butt cheeks on market cipher B, this is where we're going to be looking for a bounce. So the same thing is true about coming up to this higher level of resistance, right? If we come up to this higher level of resistance, right, disregard the French accent, okay? Disregard it, guys. Disregard the French. If we come up to this level of resistance, what are we looking for now? Now I'm going to be looking for this, guys. I'm going to be looking for uneven cheeks, right? I'm going to be looking for the juicy, nice and big, nice and round, lots of ravioli inside, with the crack in the middle. We want to measure the butt crack. We take out a measurement tool, and we take it from the one butt cheek to the other, and we say, wow, it was 4.5 hours of butt crack. Oh my goodness, what can we fit inside of there? I don't know. I don't know. It's me, Mario. I don't know. Right? We don't know if we're going to get that, right? But if we do get those cheeks up at this important level of resistance, it could make for a very nice lower high, which we could take it down to some lower areas of support. Okay? Now, it's very possible that we don't get the cheeks. And if we don't get the cheeks, then we don't take the trade, right? If we don't get the cheeks, we don't take the trade. That's what's so beautiful about trading. We don't know what price is going to do. We can't control what the price is going to do, but what we can control, right? I just made a video about this. Don't focus on the things you can't control. Are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? I don't know. I don't know, right? But what we can control is what we do when price moves. We need to have a plan. If price moves up, what are we looking to do? If price moves down, what are we looking to do? Literally, before I had this stream, my plan was if price comes here, I'm looking for the cheeks. If price comes here, I'm looking for the cheeks. I will make a decision based on what I see in the rear. Okay? I was like, ah! I see the cheeks. So we know. Okay? Now, this is a very important. This is more on the micro, guys. Let me go back to the macro. Look at this, guys. Levels are respected. Points of controls, golden pockets, VWAPs, all these wonderful things. If you want to learn this stuff, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. Check out the 20% description in the video, aka the 20% discount coupon code in the video. Get the knowledge and the skills you need to read the charts and feel pretty dang confident. Like this guy, man. Look at how confident. He's a little husky. He's confident. He's in a diaper in front of everybody at the supermarket in the feminine products aisle. He doesn't care. I'll tell you why he doesn't care. Because he has a plan. If the price pumps, if the price dumps, he has a plan. Now, what else am I even talking about? Right. Let's get back to the macro. It's funny, guys. If we can get 750 likes on this video, I will be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. It is pretty crazy sometimes, you know, the amount of information we go over on these streams. It's pretty intense, right? It is pretty intense stuff, right? It's pretty intense stuff. So let's look at where we're at, and let's talk about what we need to do if we want to see Bitcoin. Because remember, I am in a swing long position from the bottom right here. And the reason is because I'm looking for the potential wumbo jumbo pattern, which is this, okay? A wumbo jumbo pattern. I think it's called like an extended flat something. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm not even a real trader. I don't know anything. I'm absolutely retarded, and you're not even supposed to say retarded anymore. You're not supposed to say retarded anymore. You know, it's politically incorrect. But here's the thing. The wumbo jumbo pattern is where we have the initial low, and then we put in a higher low, and then we kind of break out of this thing. And so if this is going to happen, right? If this is going to happen, and we come back up to make a higher high and change market structure on the daily time frame, we need to, it's imperative that we come above two specific levels. Level number one is going to be this green box, because we have no hope of getting a relief rally. Now, again, the reason I'm swinging long from here is because I think there's the potential for us to get a relief rally from here up to maybe even all the way up to $50,000 plus. But the first thing we need to do is we need to flip this green box of resistance back into support. We need to come above that and hold above this, right? The second thing we need to do is we need to come above $44,000, because if we can come above $44,000, we will officially have put in a higher high on the macro time frame, right? The macro time frame, okay? And so it's very important that we currently put in that higher high. If we can come above this important level of $44,000, we will officially have flipped market structure from November the 11th. Remember the month of November. It comes before December. I'm trying to remember that I wasn't a member. I can't think of anything else that rhymes. But we have been in a downtrend. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Are we going to now flip that market structure? It's possible. So keep your eyes on these two areas. Number one, $40,000. It is the local golden pocket pull from the last high to the low, right? We've got our GP coming in right here, right? We've got the old GP right here. If we can come above the GP, that's a sign of strength, okay? Sign of strength, okay? We need to come above. That's a sign of strength. If we come above this right here, 44K, immediately, boom, we have flipped market structure on a higher term time frame. And so as far as swing trading goes, if we come above 44K like this, let's say that we do get a relief like this, now is the time to be looking for long positions on the retest, on the retracement, because we have flipped market structure, okay? Flipped market structure. And so most people would call this an inverse H&SP. Hang on a second, that didn't look most people would call this thing an inverse head and shoulder. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Yep, inverse H&S. We got our triangle, our left shoulder right here, come down, right? We come up like this, come down like this, boom. Okay, we got our inverse head and shoulder potential right here, because again, if we come up a little bit higher, we'll put in a higher high. We want to be looking for the long position when we come back down to this area of what is currently resistance, right? Follow me here. We come back up above the resistance, come back for the retest. This is where we look for a long position, kaboom, and then we can enter a really nice low risk easy invalidation trade right there, because if we are looking now for a long at here after putting in an H&S pattern, we can go ahead and very clearly enter the long right here. Our stop loss is very clear. If we lose that support again, we need to get the heck out of the trade. Where can we target? We can target, honestly, I would say, at least 47 to 49K, give or take, potentially even all the way up to 57K for a relief rally. And the reason why I say that is because if we just take the golden pocket from the all-time high to the low of this dump right here, we are coming in right around that 55 to 57K with the GP. And also if we're taking a look at the volume over here, and we just take the range and we pull it from here all the way to here, and I don't know what I'm doing, guys, this is why this is not financial advice. We can also see that we've got the highest volume node on ByBit, at least over here. Even if you're not on ByBit, people are like, Jason, I'm not on ByBit, I have a different point of control. Well, let me ease your fears, guys. Let me ease your fears. Let me give you a little ease of your fears, all right? Let's go over to our favorite exchange in the world, Scamnance, aka Binance. No offense, anybody. And, you know, maybe we're going to fill that 8K wick that we got on Binance a while ago. But anyway, if we pull out our thing here, and so we got our point of control down here, right, for Binance, which is giving us good confidence for the long run now. But we still have a very high volume node up here at around 57K. So we're really just looking at high volume nodes. We're looking at high volume nodes. There was much more corn volume traded on ByBit proportionately up in this area than there was on good old Binance. But we're just looking for high volume nodes. That's it, guys. So let me pop into the chat here. Let me pop in. Is anybody even listening right now? Wow. We have almost 600 people. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because if we can get 750 likes, we will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Shout out to Let's Go Brandon. Shout out to Kevin McAloon. Shout out to C. Labrete and Crypto Pump It in the house. Shout out to Caravan Transport LLC. And who else we got in here today? Daddy Turtle. Shout out to Daddy Turtle. Shout out to Robert Bonar holding it down with the wrench. Okay. And yeah. Yep. Should we shout out to Luke Brisbane, by the way. And Sismon, I can't say her name. But yeah, if we can get the likes up, guys, we only have less than half people liking the video. If you got anything good out of this video, make sure to like it, because yeah, it'll help this information get out there to people, right? It'll help this info get out there to people. And so that's what we do around these parts, right? Trying to get the info out to the peeps, guys. Trying to get the info out to the peeps. Let's see if we have any questions in here. Let's see if we have any questions. Does anybody have any questions? And then we're gonna cut the stream kind of early today as well. Is it a bad idea to do a leverage long on Phantom Bitcoin today? I cannot answer that, to be honest with you. Shout out to Julio. What's up, Julio? How much do you have to deadlift to get a discount on the Discord? 725 pounds, and I'll give you a discount. Do I analyze my polls? Of course I analyze the polls. We had 30 people who say we're going to see 30K before we see 40K. I'm sorry, we have 56% of you guys think we're going to see 30K before we get up to 40K. So, are we going to see 30K first or 40K? Well, here's the thing. Right now, we have some very important areas of support below us, and we could still potentially put in a higher low, okay? We could still potentially put in a higher low. If we just come to the low, to the high, I would say that the major areas that we would be looking for support would be numero uno, the golden pocket, and numero dos, down here around the 786 area. You know, honestly, I would even say around the 0.88 fib area, because there's more complements down in between these two zones, right? If we lose these fib levels, excuse me, then I could see us coming much lower. But as it stands right now, guys, I think that things look actually pretty good, because of the fact that we spent so much time right now in the higher aspect of this range. And really, we could look at this as two ranges almost, right? We can honestly look at it as the upper right here, and the lower right over here. And we can see that, we have some really nice support down here around the golden pocket and this point of control. Sad story, guys. Sad story. Myself and others waited up all night last night to take a long from this point of control right here at about 35.3. And we missed it. Do you know why? Because we actually came down to the previous week, this current week value area low, literally to the dollar right here. As we can see, price came down. Actually, let me turn this off so we can see better. We can see price literally came down to that 35.5K area, and that's where we got our bounce. And it's a little bit sad when price front runs your level. We were just waiting for a little bit lower, just a little bit lower, to kind of come down to this point of control-ish area right here with the golden pocket confluence. It's a sad story, guys. You're not going to get every trade, right? The moral of the story is we are not going to get every single trade here. We are not. But what we do is we make our plans, we trade our plans. If we miss a trade, it's really not a big deal. And the reason why it's really not a big deal is because there will always be another trade. There's never any need to FOMO. There's never any need to rush into a trade. If you have a plan and you stick to your plan will most likely turn out well if you know what kind of confirmations you're looking for. If you're scalping, if you're swing trading, if you're locking in profits when we come to an area, it's very important that you also lock in profits. For example, if you did long this right here, we had an over a 1% move. It's always best after a 1% move to take a portion of the trade out, move your stop loss to your entry to guarantee either a very small win or a break even. And then you will never, I shouldn't say never, you will not blow your account, especially if you're using good risk management. Risk management is absolutely key, guys. Key. Let's see. Shout out to Cheng. Shout out to Lambo Rambo. Lambo Rambo, you were waiting for that trade too, right? Shout out to Nicholas and shout out to Makai. Yeah, I don't have a potty mouth, but we rely on imagery here. Yeah, so why the heavy deadlift if you want to get a discount? Because I can deadlift almost 600 pounds, conventional deadlift. And so it has to be better than me, right? So if you could deadlift 625, I'll give you a discount. Okay? And you can't, what's the guy's name? Don't Jeff Cavalier it. Don't Athlean exit with fake plates, guys. It has to be a real deadlift, all right? Shout out to Mass Adoption. Shout out to Jeepers Creepers. Shout out to Jam. And Din Sigel. Shout out to you as well. Yeah, celebrate. Honestly, risk management will make or break you as a trader. 100%, it will make or break you as a trader. Because I'm telling you, it will make or break you. If you are not managing your risk, you will lose money, guaranteed. Because I talked to so many people during this last dump. Here's the thing, trading is easy. It really is. Trading is easy if you have the discipline to stick to your confirmations and your levels and your plans. It's actually not hard to learn how to do technical analysis because it's very methodical. You're looking for specific things. And it's just you have an algorithm. If I see X, Y, and Z, then I enter the trade. If I don't see it, I don't enter the trade. The problem is, and this happens to me too, it happens to everybody, is we get super confident in our trades, right? The last major range that we traded here, right, was this one, and there were the juiciest trades in the world, guys. The juiciest trades in the world. I longed from right here. I shorted from right here. I longed from right here. I shorted from right here. I longed from right here. I'm not even kidding. All these trade setups are given in advance, by the way. I shorted from right here, and then I longed from right here, guys. I longed from right here because I was simply just trading the sideways market, trying to buy low and sell high, right? Like my grandfather said, Jason, just buy low and sell high. Don't have to do any of them technical analysis lines. Just buy low and sell high. Can't be easier than that, son, he told me. Right? So I'm just trying to buy low. But I got wrecked. If I had not been using good risk management, if I had gotten overconfident, let's say I start out using good risk management and I'm risking 1% of my account and I'm like, man, that was a nice trade. Take another short. Poof, such a good trade. Take the third long. Man, that was juicy. Take the short. All right, I'm like, okay, every time I take a trade now, I'm risking more. Maybe I'm using higher leverage with more percent. Maybe I'm putting like 30% of my account onto the trade now. And I'm making a lot of money because I'm using 30% of my account on like 50x leverage, right? Man, I'm making so much money. Well, what happens now when we long this and we're being reckless and we put like half our account in a trade with high leverage? Guess what? Everything that we worked for in this whole range is gone. Everything that we work for is gone, which is why we have to make sure that we never get overconfident and we understand that these markets will humble us. I longed this. I know a lot of people longed this. And the reason why we longed is because it seemed like a good trade at the time. We came down to the support and we got a bounce, right? We got a bounce right here. And this is the 24-minute chart. So literally a whole hour, we're bouncing. This is not like I'm catching a falling knife on the 1-minute chart. No, this is like the 24-minute time frame. We're getting a bounce. In hindsight, I didn't see what I wanted to see, right? I didn't see it, but the thing is, we're only human, right? We make mistakes. We make mistakes, and we trade with emotion. Admittedly, I was not being patient here, right? So here's the thing. Trading is based off two key principles: strategy and risk management. Strategy involves having the discipline and the patience to stick to your strategy. In this long trade, my discipline failed me because I did not wait for what I wanted to see. Instead, I got overexcited and I longed early, okay? And guess what? My risk management saved me. My risk management saved me. If I had been getting overly confident and risking too much, I would have gotten wrecked. And trust me, it's happened to me many times in the past. This is why I make a covenant with myself. I literally don't risk more than 5% of my total capital per trade. And this is spanning from scalps to swing trades. Oftentimes, I will risk 1.5 to 2%. Oftentimes 1%. 50x leverage, I put 2% of my account on the trade, 50% stop loss. I'm risking 1%. I'm able to put my whole account on the trade while only risking 1%. It's very comfortable to trade that way, especially if you're scalping in a range. It's good for the psychology, but you have to have that risk management unlocked. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up to get wrecked. And we're in this for one purpose only, is to make money. And if we don't have capital because we were reckless, then we're not going to make money doing this. Preservation of capital is number one, because your capital is the only means by which you have to actually continue to do this. That's the only thing you have to stay in the game. If you get yourself out of the game, now what? Now what? And if you've gotten wrecked, yes, it sucks. Yes, now you have to build yourself back up and you have to really hone in on that discipline. But it can be done, guys. It can be done. It can be done, 100%, 110%. Faux show. Can we get some likes up in here, guys? Can we get some likes up in here? We have 600 people, only 300 likes. Wow. What platform do I use? I use ByBit and PHEMEX primarily, but I only paper trade, guys. I only paper trade. Currently, only paper trading. This is all fake. I'm not a trader. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an investor. I'm a nothing. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy out here. Just a southern old hardworking American guy out here on a homestead, guys. Raising animals, feeding chickens, right? Hatching some of my own chicks. Hopefully, Lord willing, in the spring. All right? The Lord is good to me, guys, and I'm not even kidding. The Lord is very good to me. Right? He really is. Baruch Hashem. The Lord is merciful. He's gracious. He's had so much mercy and favor upon me, especially in this trading journey. But I forget what I was talking about. Oh, right. This is not financial advice. Remember, guys, this is what I look like. You should never take financial advice from a guy on YouTube with an open mouth in the thumbnail. And that's key. The open mouth will give it away every time. Not to be trusted. Not to be trusted. People, they see a new YouTube channel. You know, they always ask me, should I trust this channel? Well, it depends, right? Depends. Does he have an open mouth in the thumbnail? If so, do not trust him. Okay, if he has this in the thumbnail, that's a different story. Okay? But people want the juicy technical analysis, right? That's what they want. They want the juicy TA. And this is the channel for the juicy TA, which should not be trusted, right? Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Make sure to share the video. Of course, I use multiple accounts. Russian name. I do. The reason why I use multiple accounts is because you have to, right? I'm literally in 4 short positions right now. Actually, 5 short positions. Actually, 6 short positions. I don't even know. I'm in a lot of trades. I have a lot of accounts. And when I'm schlonging, I usually just forget about the trades and then go to a new account and trade on that account. And if you're on ByBit, if you're on PHEMEX, you can long and short at the same time on both of those accounts. On ByBit, you could do USDT pair to long and short at the same time, while also doing the inverse to do 3 trades at once from one account. On PHEMEX, you can do the USD margined and the Bitcoin margined account to also trade 2 trades at the same time. Okay? That's right. We come here. No. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Luxury. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? How you doing? If you're the same Luxury that I think you are, we gotta have a talk, bro. Right. Shout out to Denise P. Right. Pikachu hat, guys. Not financial advice. You're interested in the indicator market cipher. Well, let me tell you about market cipher. First of all, I am the number 1 market cipher shiller in the world. Okay. So it's a premium indicator, guys. It is actually kind of expensive, but I will tell you this, and I mean this sincerely with all my heart. First of all, I have an affiliate link. I'm telling you, don't even use my link because you can get a discount elsewhere, right? If you want the authentic market cipher, which is unique. Right? It is. There's rip-offs out there, but this one is unique. And the reason I love this indicator so much is because this will save you. And this is pretty much the indicator that I use to enter my trades, right? It will give you an edge because it will show you what is happening in the market when we get to key levels that the regular old RSI and McDonald's cannot. Now this combines RSIs. This money flow is not the MACD, guys. People say, oh, it's just the MACD. No, it's not the MACD. This VWAP is a custom VWAP. This money flow is a custom money flow. These RSIs are custom RSIs. And it's an all-in-one package where very easily, just by looking at your chart, without having to go into complicated other charts, right? You can get all the same information. For example, the short right up here was very easy to take. Although it was scary at the time, I'm not gonna lie. It was very easy to take because we could clearly see, not only was the momentum coming down, but see this blue stuff right here? This is Market Cipher by CryptoFace, right? This blue stuff down here, okay? Do you know what this is? This blue stuff is, it's Zevia Cola, okay? Zevia Cola. Let's search for it. Zevia Cola. Come on, DuckDuckGo. Don't fail me now. I'm live on the internet. Okay, here we go. Zevia Cola. When this stuff is filled with Zevia Cola, we have to understand something about Zevia Cola. It has caffeine. See, we see very clearly it contains caffeine. What does caffeine do? Caffeine gives you energy. It makes you high. When we see the caffeine is leaving the market, as the price continues to get higher and we see the caffeine coming out of the market, what does that mean? It means price is going to come down. This is a key indicator. You will not find this on any other indicator, right? If you combine this with the momentum waves and key levels of support and resistance, it has a very high accuracy, extremely high. For scalping, for swing trading, I was able to long the exact bottom of the move right here. The exact bottom. First of all, I had a level there, right? You can't forget about the level. We had 2 levels of confluence right there. But if we take a look at Market Cipher B on all the time frames, it was clearly telling us that we were going to get a move to the upside from that important level. Let's see. Right? Look at this. From the 4-hour time frame down, actually even on the 12-hour time frame, guys. On the 12-hour time frame, when we come down to this level, we are getting a big old juicy BitBoy green dot right here. Okay, this is telling us we have reached a significant bottom. We go to the 4-hour time frame, and what do we see? Literally, even after this massive drop down, we're still seeing the money flow coming back into the market, getting higher. Again, it's purple now. Why is it purple? Because it's not the cola, guys. Cola has caffeine, but it's the Zevia grape soda. Okay, the Zevia grape soda has no caffeine. See, look, caffeine free. So when we start to see the purple coming up, starting to change blue, aha, caffeine is coming back into the markets. And then also, what do we see right down here? We see price coming down perfectly to our level of support. We see the 4-hour time frame also giving us the juicy. Left the butt cheek over here on the left, nice and the big, nice and the round, and lots of ravioli inside, and the Parmesan cheese, and the pecorino romano coming out, flowing out of the butt cheeks. And then we have the skinny old lady over here at the diner. That skinny old lady at the diner with the Brooklyn accent who smokes too much over here. And she's telling you, all right, Dolores, this guy needs another cup of coffee. You know why he needs another cup of coffee? Because what does coffee have in it? It has caffeine. And what does caffeine do to the markets? It makes it go high, all right? You're getting high on caffeine, all right? It's a socially acceptable drug over here. And I'm addicted to it, all right? I can't even lie about it, all right? So that's how Market Cipher works. Also has a lot of other cool tools in here. Market Cipher SR has a built-in VWAP, as well as range indicators, and then Market Cipher A has some interesting things. You can check it out if you want to. You know, you don't have to, guys. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, wow. Let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. Shout out to Sloth Coop. Shout out to Aaron Grierson. U.S. customers can't use ByBit because ByBit doesn't want to have to deal with future laws that will probably come in the United States. That's why. Let's see here. What does Christianity say about weed? Talk to your spiritual authorities about that, right? Shout out to Houston. I like that. I like that little play on words you did there, Houston. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to end the stream. It's been almost an hour, and we're starting to wax nonsensical over here. We do wax nonsensical. We wax nonsensical over here, man. Mike Rowan, as a complete noob, will the course alone be enough to get you started? I mean, I would say yes, but that's because I made it, right? So, like, I think that it's pretty much what I wish I knew before I started. It's everything I wish I knew. But everyone learns differently, and everyone, you know. My man over here, my man Amr Hisam Masumi, sorry for butchering your name, says, hi JC, first of all, thank you. I have weakness in putting my stop loss. My stop loss gets hit every time. Do you have any suggestion? Yes. I do have suggestions, okay? My suggestions are, and guys, remember, I don't trade with real money. I'm not a trader. This is who I am. A Pikachu hat wearing, crooked glasses having, open mouth thumbnail making kind of YouTuber who can't be trusted, right? Everything I say, the market does the opposite. Shout out to my man. Oh man, am I even going to find him now? Oh, what happened to Iki Weekly? Shout out to Iki Alendu, right? Iki Alendu, he's a famous troll of the Jason Casper channel who came in here one day and said, everything that Jason Casper says, the market does the opposite. So remember, everything I say, the market does the opposite. Now, if I had to give advice, non-financially, on how I paper trade with my stop losses so that I don't lose any fake money, what I like to do, especially if I'm scalping, is I like to use extremely high leverage and no or loose stop loss. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, no leverage or high leverage and a very loose stop loss. So, for example, right? Let's say that we scalped this, right? This was one of the trades from the VIP Discord that we're looking at the back test of the golden pocket and the VWAP and the point of control for a bounce, okay? It happened. We got our bounce. Now, let's say that you long it right here, okay? Right from here, you long it, right? And we come up a little bit and you're like, all right, now I'm gonna move my stop loss right under that last low. You get stopped out, trade goes your way, you miss out on the gains. What I like to do, and what helps me psychologically, I'm not saying this is what everyone has to do, but what I like to do is I like to use very high leverage. And I will put, for a little scalp like this, 0.5% of my account on the trade. 0.5%. Let me show you how you're going to do that. Maybe I'll use 70x leverage. All right. Let's say I have $1,000 in my account, $1,000, and I'm going to use 70x leverage to long this. Now I have at my disposal $70,000. Okay. Now, if I now put 1% of my account on the trade. All right, so I'm just 70,000 times 0.01% means I can put $700 on the trade and only risk 1%. Now what you're going to do is you're going to divide that by 2, and you can put 350 contracts on the trade. Remember, you have $1,000, okay, $1,000. You're going to take more than 25% worth of your account in contracts and put that on the trade, okay? And if this gets liquidated, you've literally lost 0.5% of your account, okay? 0.5%. Now, if you use a 50% stop loss on this or a 75% stop loss on this, it still gives you some playing room, or even if you put that stop loss just before your liquidation, let's say. Okay, so you have a stop loss down here, even with such high leverage, that's going to give you some playing room, right? That's going to give you a decent amount of playing room here, okay? And so what you can do is you can long right down here and don't even really worry about the stop loss or make it just above your liquidation. And you know, if I get stopped out or liquidated, it doesn't matter because I'm risking less than 0.5% of my capital, right? Or let's say you're more confident in the trade, so you put, 2% of your account on the trade with 70x leverage, and maybe you're using a 75% stop loss so that you're risking 1.5% of your capital. Either way, the point is you have a lot of playing room down here, and so price can do its thing. It can do its thing for a while. You're not going to get stopped out. If I do get stopped out, because let's say you have to go to the bathroom, right? Because you weren't wearing your Depends and it took longer than expected or something. By the way, these work great for day traders who don't want to have to leave the charts, because you know we drink a lot of coffee, and you know what coffee does, right? You know what coffee does to your digestive system, right? This will prevent you from losing those trades. But let's say you forgot to wear your Depends today. You go to the bathroom, right? And all of a sudden the market dumps like this. Boom. Well, guess what? You didn't take a big loss, right? You don't have to worry about the stop loss. That is what has helped me, at least psychologically. And people are like, Jason, why don't you just put 70% of your whole account on the trade 1x leverage and use a 1% stop loss? I'll tell you why. Because it is tempting to not stick to your strategy if you know that you're using low leverage and you could just take that stop loss, and let's say price is dumping, right? Let's say price is dumping. And you're like, oof, I don't want to get out of this trade. Let me just move the stop loss down a little bit, right? And then price keeps coming on down. You're like, yeah, let me move that stop loss down a little bit more. Keeps on coming down. And the farther down it goes, the more southern you get, because, you ain't even using the brain no more, right? You're just straight up white trash sitting on the old molded couch in the front yard. And you're moving that stop loss down a little bit more. Moving it down a little bit more. Next thing you know, you just lost 5, 6, 7% of your whole account, waiting for it to go up, smoking the hopium. Instead, high leverage, easy invalidation point, a little bit of playing room, you get stopped out, big deal, on to the next trade. Hope that helps, my friend. Hope that helps. All right? I really hope it does. So, let's see. How do fees work out with that kind of leverage? So, it really depends. I haven't found the funding fees to eat into my gains too much at all. I really have not, especially since I take a lot of profits early, and I have never had a funding fee have me in a loss. So, you know, and I use high leverage. And here's the thing, if you start the trade in high leverage, how do you figure out where the liquidation will be? There's calculators, but if you go to click buy or sell, it will tell you what your liquidation is. So the thing is, what was I going to say now? I forget. Now I forget what I was going to say. Can I answer the questions on the VIP Discord? I do my best. I have thousands of DMs I have to answer too. There's nothing wrong with moldy couches, Mr. Techno Goody. There's nothing wrong with them. All right. By the way, guys, we do have the VIP altcoin stream today. If you're in the VIP Discord. Yeah, so you got to find a balance. If you have a solid entry, you can use high leverage. If you have a crappy entry, you have to use low leverage, right? If you have a crappy entry, you have to use low leverage. That's what I recommend here. That's what I recommend. And honestly, guys, this is interesting now. We're losing the point of control. We're losing the golden pocket. We're losing the VWAP. So now we got a nice scalp off of this. That is not a bad scalp. And we now look down to our next level of support for a potential long, right? And we don't know what the market's going to do. It really depends, but we're looking for the juicy levels, and we're looking for the good old uneven butt cheeks. And when we see that, we're going to go, aha, 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 right? Yeah, you get less room for your you get less room for your stop loss before liquidation as you increase leverage. That's true. So you have to find the high spot. You have to find the sweet spot of leverage and where's your entry. Like if you have a key, I mean, here's the thing, right? So, for example, the VWAP golden pocket bounce, right? Like we know, the green box is the losing of this green box means the trade is done with. There's no hope for it. So you put your stop loss under the green box, right? That's the invalidation of the trade. If you're trying to catch a bounce off of this area, if we lose that area, we didn't catch the bounce. So you could high leverage it. This is a very clear place where you need to get out of the trade anyway, because it's obviously not going to work out for you. You had your idea was wrong. Sometimes, we see things. Sometimes we think we see this, and so we go, aha! But it's not as juicy as we thought, right? So, then you get out of the trade, right? Look on to the next one. But you have to know, first of all, that the level you're looking to trade is very accurate. Like, especially Bitcoin respects levels very, very well, guys. It respects levels very well. I mean, I use high leverage a lot. And but you have to be shout out to Spartan Wrestler, by the way. Shout out to everyone who's killing it in here, making the juiciest gains, right? Making the juiciest gains. So what was this? 50x leverage. No problem using 50x leverage for the short yesterday. And for the long, I had so much dang confirmation on that long trade from the bottom, from 33.1. I 75x leveraged it. Why? Because it's a low risk, high reward, lots of confirmation, very clear point of invalidation. I wanted to long from the high volume node from down here. Let's see if I can find it now. Right here. This was my level. If we lose this level, I need to get out of the trade. It's as simple as that. So I can high leverage it, without much risk. Can I check out silver? I don't really trade silver. I've never even really looked at silver. Monero has a daily bull dip. Interesting. What's considered high leverage and too high? Too high leverage is where your liquidation price does not give your trade enough playing room to play out before a dip. So, for example, okay, let's say I am looking to let me talk about a trade I've taken in the past, okay? Okay, I shorted this, right? I shorted this. Wait, now I'm confused. Did I short this? No. I shorted this. But that's not a good example. We need to find an example of where we're looking to, let's say, as example, that we don't have an exact level, but we have a zone that we're looking to take a trade from. Let's say we have a zone that we're looking to take a trade from, okay? Let's just say hypothetically, right now, that we're looking to come down to, well, let me come to a different chart here. Let's say hypothetically that we're looking to come down to this zone of support, okay? And this zone of support, we know it's very strong support, but we know that the zone itself is a, let's say it's like a 2% zone, right? A 2% zone, give or take. What we do is, let's say it's a 2% zone because we have a level here, we have a level here, and we have a level here. And so there's not exact confluence, but we know there's a lot of confluence in this box. Then what we need to do is we make sure our leverage is not so high where we can actually enter the position here and stack our ladder orders in, let's say, and dollar cost average down without getting liquidated before we come to the bottom of the zone. Right? We need to make sure the trade has enough playing room. So we would set it up like this at the top of the box. Like if I was to give this setup in the VIP Discord, I would say, okay, we need to give ourselves enough playing room where we can have a 1.6% stop loss, leverage included. So if you're 70x leveraging it, right, that's you have to make sure that you're not going to get liquidated here. Now that might not be possible, right? That might not be possible. I don't think that's possible. I think 70x leverage, you can't have a 1.6% stop loss without getting liquidated. So then you have to lower your leverage. And so the goal is to find the sweet spot where your trade has enough playing room, but your leverage is still high enough, because the goal is we want to make as much money as possible, right? And so if you have a very good entry, you can make the leverage higher and risk the same amount of money. Because if I have an entry like this where I only need a point, let's say I only need a 0.2% stop loss, right? 0.2% stop loss. You know, I could put 100x leverage on the trade and I don't have to worry because I know I only need 0.2%. Right? If it goes against me, I still have a 0.75% playing room here. Now you have to be very certain about your entry. Okay, that's an extreme example. I'm giving an extreme example for the sake of illustration. But if you need like a 0.5% stop loss, right, of playing room, well, you know, you could be using a lot of leverage and still have that cushion that you need. But if you need a big cushion, you need to lower the leverage, and you're not actually changing the percentage of your account that you're putting on the trade. If I'm using 5x leverage, I shouldn't say it. If I'm scalping and I'm using 30x leverage or 70x leverage, I'm risking the same amount of money from my account, but I'm putting different amounts of contracts on the trade. Hope that makes sense. It can be confusing. I go over it in the course. If you want, check out the risk management section of the course. I go over it, how to use high leverage, right? And I even have a video on my channel about how to use high leverage to make gains. In fact, here, let me see if I can find it, because in this video, I actually do a live trade using 100x leverage, and you'll see the process, right? You'll see the process. You'll see the process. Let's see, where's the video? Yeah, here we go. It's over here. Make $600 a minute leverage trading. This is 100x leverage trade. I had my very clear level, longed it, and locked in profits early. You know, check it out. Where is, aha, how quickly do I lock in profits? Sometimes 0.6%, sometimes 1%, depends on the trade. Are we dumping right now? Yeah, we're coming down a little bit more. Interesting. Interesting. Still holding that point of control of support, though. Yeah, I've never used more than 100x leverage. I've only used 100x leverage seriously in my life a few times. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna have to head out because I have appointments and have to prepare for the VIP stream, guys. But I don't take myself very seriously at all, as you guys can tell. I do not take anything seriously about myself, but I do take the Lord very seriously. I take God seriously because He is the reason for everything, right? He is the reason for everything. And all things are created by Him and for Him. And He has blessed me so much in my life. I'm just in so much awe and thankfulness for all that the Lord has done for me. And I pray that you guys are also very, very blessed. And so receive this blessing. And the purpose of this blessing is that the Creator of the heavens and the earth would place His name upon you and bless you. And it goes like this: Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel. In English, that means may the Lord bless you and keep you and guard you and protect you. May He shine His light upon you. May He bestow grace on you. And may He turn His face towards you and give you wholeness and completeness in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. Amen. And peace, y'all.